Manchester United have signed Cristiano Ronaldo. It has been confirmed that they have agreed a deal with Juventus. They have announced that he will be coming back to Manchester United. He is a five-time Ballon d'Or winner, of course. He won over 30 major trophies in his career, including 5 Champions League titles, 4 FIFA Club World Cups, 7 league titles in England, Spain and Italy, and of course the European Championships for his native Portugal.
As you know, I don't follow the records. The records follow me.
Madeira, Manchester, Madrid, Turin, and Manchester again. Wreathed in red, restored to this great gallery of the game, a walking work of art. Vintage, beyond valuation, beyond forgery or imitation. 18 years since that trembling teenager of touch and tease first tiptoed onto this storied stage. Now in his immaculate maturity, CR7 reunited.
I think the last few days when the news broke, was it Friday? I think it's great news. It's great news for United, for the fans, for the Premier League. There's no doubt in my mind he's still a world-class player. Obviously, we'll discuss the pluses and minuses of it, but I just see that the people might have doubts about him, but the hunger, the desire is there for him. It's certainly not a payday for him. The guy's worth fortunes. We saw in the Euros, won the Golden Boot. The World Cup is, what, a year and a half away. He'll have that incentive to keep going, and coming back to United. He's a clever guy. I think he's only coming back to Man United to win stuff. My doubts are, I don't think he'll be the difference winning the big trophies, but to win an FA Cup or a League Cup, I think that's obviously more than possible. But he'll want more than that. He'll bring a winning mentality to the dressing room. We all know he's a fitness freak. His game has changed over the last few years, obviously. And I've said it before, I think he's probably one of the most intelligent players I've ever seen in my life. I think the way he's adapted his game, and he's a winner. He's coming back to Man United to win stuff. Make no mistake about that.
I believe that Ronaldo joining Manchester United was the right move for him at the time. It was a big-time move which everyone talked about, similarly to Messi's move from Barca to PSG. And nobody could have guessed how badly it would all end just 2 years later. I mean, yes, joining Man City in hindsight would have brought him much more success and, to be fair, easier titles. But to me personally, this just spoke a lot about Cristiano's character and his hunger for competition and his love for United, coming back and wanting to help his former team get back to the old glory Sir Alex Ferguson days. It was just a perfect story.
Well, that feeling was amazing, but not only the day of the game. I felt before the week before that everything changed. The world speak about me, Cristiano back home, back where they belong. So it was a special moment to be back to Manchester United, to perform for our fans, and of course to score 2 goals was the best welcome that I received in Old Trafford. It was a memorable day and unbelievable day too.
Friedman had a pop, Woodman's felt it, and guess who's there? Close your eyes, and he never went away. Without so much as a by your leave, Cristiano Ronaldo has stolen back the show.
Oh, as I say many times, the fans, I'm always gonna say good about them. They are the most important things in the football. You play for them, they're always in my side. I feel that every time when I walk in the streets, the fans coming to me and they appreciate what I did, what I do for football. And for me, it's the most important in football. The fans, for me, is everything.
Shaw, gathering speed, looking to play in Ronaldo. It is Ronaldo! It's 2-1 United! The theatre lives its dream! Its fantasy hero retreads the boards! A phenomenon! Hello again, Stretford End! Here I am! Crazy. This is what he lives for.
He's an experienced guy. Again, he's got, and what he has, what these players have is great hunger and desire. I think this idea that people were trying to persuade him to come back to Man United, he would have looked at it from a professional point of view, to think, where can I go? And I think if he'd any doubt, he'd be going back to Man United and be maybe just going through the motions. Forget all that stuff. Since he was a kid, again, we always remember when he first went to United, he was 17, he came to Man United when he still had an opportunity to stay at Lisbon, but he wanted to come to Man United, he wanted to win stuff. We've seen that throughout his career. Real Madrid, Juventus, what he's done, but obviously his national team. The guy's selfish, he is greedy. Obviously we put him up there with Messi. These guys, they're winners, they're born winners, and they don't want to relax.
As you know, I had a fantastic history with this amazing club. I was there with 18 years old, and of course I'm so happy to be back home after 12 years. So I'm really glad and I'm looking forward to start my first game. I think it's the best decision that I have made it. And it's right on a point, in my opinion. I moved from Juve now to Manchester. It's a new chapter that I'm so happy and glad. And I want to carry on again, to make history, to try to help Manchester to achieve great results, to win trophies. And I'm one of them to help the team to win great things.
Ronaldo is back 12 years after he left Old Trafford, expected to make his second debut for United.
Dealing with the pace and the power of the Premier League now may be too much for him.
If he does it this season in the Premier League, he is near on not human.
Manchester United take the lead in the European Cup final. Ronaldo produces the goods when it matters most on the biggest stage in club football.
My commitment is to give everything in the pitch, like I did before, or like I did all the time.
Oh! Wouldn't you just know it?
In my mind, I'm always the best. I don't care what people are thinking, what they say. In my mind, I'm always the best.
As cruel as ever, the man of the moment.
With Ronaldo having a superb comeback to Old Trafford and an immediate impact for the club, nobody expected things to go into any other direction than a victorious one. Coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was more than happy with his new superstar striker, and the fans expected a lot from Ronaldo, who has become a deadly striker in front of goal over the years. I mean, he's strong, fast, with a high game IQ and a killer instinct. Cristiano truly had all the attributes necessary to be the best player in the world. But he wasn't always like that. Upon signing for Manchester United back in 2003, Cristiano still was just a young and talented winger who loved to dribble and run up the wing, and maybe do a skill move here and there. At the time, Ronaldo hadn't yet evolved neither his finishing skills in front of goal nor the physicality which he is known for nowadays. But there was one man responsible who helped Cristiano Ronaldo become the beast he is nowadays.
Within Cristiano's mind, there's a purpose. I've never seen anybody advance themselves so quickly. I know that he came to use United as an apprenticeship. He wants to be special. He can't help it. My office was always in the gym. So I was always available for anybody whenever they wanted to talk. It's listening to the player and finding out what they need in their minds that's the key, the important key. It's that mind of the person. I'd seen him play over in Portugal, and it was fabulous to watch him and the way he was. And then Carlos Queiroz had told me about him, you know, so I watched him, and I think Carlos wanted to know what I thought about him. And then I'm back at Carrington, and I'm in my chair in the gym, and this young lad turns up early in the morning. He come in and he said, "I've heard about you, and I know that you do a lot of work individually with a lot of the players." And he said, "I'm going to be the best player in the world." The thing about Cristiano when he was at United, I know that he came to use United as an apprenticeship. At Carrington, there was an hill at the back, just away from the training ground. And he used to go behind the hill and do his training on his own. And I asked him about that one time, you know, and he said, "Well, you know, there's nobody there, so I don't have to worry if I do a skill wrong or anything. I can practice it and nobody's watching me, so you're not worried." You know, so he practiced everything, you know, for a few days or whatever. And then he'd go and take it into training match. I remember watching him in matches, he'd make a mistake or get caught, he'd fall down, and then you have the crowd shouting at him, players shouting at him. It didn't bother him. He didn't want to make mistakes, of course. But then he would know, this is the bit that I've got to work on, and he'd go on and work it.
Everybody's talking about the end product, and that's what he's got to deliver. I mean, the tricks, the party pieces are all very well, but what you've got to define is whether you want to play with them or against them, as I said at half time, and still the jury would be out.
He took a lot of stick. Now the trouble is with taking stick, it can knock your confidence. But what he really liked doing was the boxing. Now he wasn't anywhere near as good as some of the other lads, but he wanted to keep going with it because he saw the shape that he was getting in to throw these punches and the movement. He could see that that would be good for his own confidence. He's not built on being really, really strong. It's about being powerful. And where's the power from? From here. His style was about attacking, going at people and having that fast movement. But the most important thing for him is, I want to score a goal. And that's got to be the thing, because it's the most important thing in football. So that's always in his mind, score goals, score goals, score goals.
When you work, the goals and the nice things is coming. And this is what I try to do every time.
He has belief in what he's doing. He has belief in what he's saying. And the thing that will mainly make him believe what he's saying is when he sits back and watch what he does after he's done it. He's seen himself doing that and thinking, wow, that is amazing, and I want to do it more. We hear these things about people saying he's vain or he's big-headed. It was not big-headed at all. It was a really nice lad to be around the place. Seeing the work rate, it was above everybody else. People said to me, "Oh, how did you get that skinny kid into that big muscly guy in 6 months?" There was never any skinny guy anyway. I had a great physique when he first came, but it took 5.5 years that we worked together for him to produce what he wanted to produce. It takes time. I think we did well together, and he's been a big influence on me, and I think that he's got big plans for the rest of his life. It's not just about playing football. There's no magic pills on a journeys like Cristiano Ronaldo's. It's all about hard work, day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out. He's an absolute genius. An absolute genius.
I had Carlos Queiroz as my assistant, and Carlos, of course, is a Portuguese. And he thought it would be a good idea for us to have an association, a relationship with the Sporting Lisbon, because he'd been there as a kid and he was from Lisbon. And he set it up. And what we were doing then was sharing coaching. So we would send coaches over there and they would send coaches to us. And Jim Ryan, who was head of our youth department at the time, youth scouting rather, he came back and says, "Well, I've seen a player." And he was playing centre forward in the youth team at the time, Cristiano Ronaldo. So I says to Carlos, I says, "You know, would be a good idea if maybe we had a bigger relationship here." And he spoke to the president, and the deal was that we couldn't get him the next year, but we could get him 2 years from then. Then Carlos left me the next year. We had promised through the association with him, the relationship, we'd opened a new stadium.
This is at Sporting Lisbon?
Sporting, that's correct. And we flew from the States, from here, to Lisbon and played the game. And Cristiano's playing outside left against John O'Shea, and the poor souls, he's got tortured blood.
This is what I say. When I watch the games on television, I think Manchester is one of the best clubs in the world, and I'm 18 years old, and it's a dream for me to play against Manchester. And of course I give 100% to show my football, and everything come easy, come good, and I'm appreciated for this. Never passed me for my head, one day I'll play in Manchester. I never believed this. When I play in Sporting professional, it's a dream for me. I say, yeah, it's fantastic to play in the first team, but I never believed one day I play in Manchester. It's amazing. I remember one day before the game, I don't sleep very well, exciting for the game. I speak with my friend. My friend said, hey, you're gonna play against Manchester. It's an amazing opportunity for you. And I try to do my best. I try to do my best and show my football. This is what I try to do. It's a special day for me, not just because I play with Manchester, but the stadium. This stadium is new, and everything is a special day for me. I think everything come good, and I appreciate it. I'm very happy. When the game starts, I feel a little bit nervous, but after it's okay. The things come natural, dribbling, passes. It's good for me. I feel very confident in the game, and I play 19 minutes, and I think I play very well. After the game, I speak. I listen to the boss speak with my agent, and he showed very interesting for me, and I'm very happy, and I say, oh, it's amazing. And the people brought me for England to show the academy, show me the club, and of course I say yes because it's an amazing club. It's different. It's top class, top club.
And says we're not going to go leaving here without that boy in the plane. So then we got a little room after the game with the president of Lisbon, his agent, his lawyer, and the boy. And I said, I want you to come back with us to Manchester. Now that's an acid test. If he doesn't want to come, you know he doesn't want to join you. He says, yeah, I'd love to come, but I want my mother here. So it's great. Next morning, his mother, his sister, his brother, the whole troop come out, and I said to him, I promise you one thing, you'll get the best education you can possibly get here, but you won't play every week. And he looked at him like that, you know, and he was impressed. He said, you know, he didn't expect that. I says, the Premier League is a very difficult league, and you may play substitute, sometimes you may play an odd game, you may play in the League Cup, which we do have a lot of young players. And but we said, but when do you get in the first team? Well, if you get to a level that's Manchester United, that can't stop you. You pick yourself. And he played his first game. He was sub in the first game of the season against Bolton. They came on at half-time. A crowd went absolutely mad on him. It was fantastic. The courage to take the ball. The first, the right back of Bolton whacked him right in the first minute. He came on in the second half. He got him and says, give me the ball. You know, the great players have got this courage. Nothing will daunt them. They're not afraid of anything. And Cristiano had that.
Yeah, I just want to be the greatest. Everybody knows my name, shit. I'ma have this whole fucking game list, spitting with the same wit. And I'm gonna be famous. Ain't nobody able to delay this. Coming up, I had a vision to make it. Never wanted to be nothing, always wanted to play shit. Sit in class, always wondering why I learn the same shit. How the hell am I different if we all know the same shit? I ain't never let them doubt me. It's about me. Keep my head down, let my mouth speak. They surround me. They all about the clout, see where the crowd be. Every time I speak loudly, they more about me. Man, you know I got a bounty on these lousy ass haters that surround me. So they doubt me, they don't know nothing about me. So their mouths free, I'ma change that soon. Better watch out now, see? I just wanna be the greatest. Yeah. And I just wanna be famous. Yeah. Yeah, I just wanna be the greatest. Yeah. Man, I just wanna be famous. Yeah.
It takes me to someone at my football club who, when I was at Manchester United, and you think, who was that person who had a massive impact on the club while they were there? And you can't look no further than Cristiano. And you talk about mindset. I don't know a stronger, more determined, obsessed player that I'd share the changing room with, because he was just phenomenal. And again, like the guys just said about Gareth, I was very fortunate to sit there and watch him go from a boy to a man. And that change over a good couple of years, but even from just training, affecting training sessions, like being the match winner in training, like absolutely obsessed with winning a game in training, and being the one that scores the last goal. Like, it was just, you wouldn't see him in a training session sometimes, and he'd just go bang.
Man, I just wanna be famous. Now wake up, you got some shit to do. It's 6 AM, I don't care, you got some shit to prove. Cause right now, you ain't got nothing that big to lose. So get your ass to work and don't you dare hit snooze. Can't stop this, I'm obnoxious, and I'm honest and novice. With promise, made monstrous, I'm conscious, but I'm nauseous. Think I've lost it, I've got it. Spitting all this, still I'm not it, I've got this. I will not quit, man, I'm all in. Balling on a budget, man, I'm stalling.
As everyone knows, since I signed for Manchester with 18, Sir Alex Ferguson was the key. I remember when we played against Manchester, I was in Sporting Lisbon. And for me, Sir Alex Ferguson is like a father in football for me. He helped me a lot. He taught me many things. And in my opinion, of course, he had a big role, because the relationship that we had, we keep in touch all the time, and it's an unbelievable person, and I really like him a lot, and he was the main key for me to be in the position that I am, that I signed for Manchester United. And as I said before, I'm there in Manchester to help the team to achieve his results, and the coach can count with me for whatever he wants. So I'm available for everything.
Finally, what's your message to the United fans who've continued to sing your name and are now loving seeing you back in a red shirt?
Well, the fans is the key of football. Now with all the stadiums full of supporters, it's not the same that we had 1 year ago, that empty stadiums. The fans, they are the key. I'm so glad. The Manchester United fans, they are special. I remember very well. I know they still singing my music, which is make me feel even more happy. And my commitment is to give everything in the pitch, like I did before, like I do it all the time. And try to do my best, help the team, score goals, assistance, win games. And I hope to see them very, very, very soon.
And so the fairy tale was duly told. He is a walking work of art. Say what you like, Jim.
Well, CR heaven.